Hi friends, happy Friday morning. Mr. B here on another gorgeous, gorgeous day. So you know what I'm going to say? If you are watching this when it's still beautiful outside, head on outside, go explore, go have some fun. If you need a break or it's a little bit later in the day, come join me here and we'll get some activities done. Now, I thought today, because normally on Fridays we do story times where I'm making up stories, and last week we made story squares, and I thought today we would make some story stones, which are fun where you paint stones and you use those to help tell stories and things. But on a walk this morning with my dogs, I saw some really cool stuff. And I'm going to show you what those are. I took some pictures. Right here, it said, I found a rock with a rainbow on it that says smile. I found some more rocks. This one says in this together. I found this rock here hiding in the grass that says stay strong. And I saw a bunch of these rocks all beautifully painted outside, and they were hidden. They were hidden near lamp posts and near the mailbox and all kinds of spots where people might see them, right, to give them a smile. Now, last year, one of our friends, Memphis, who's in SK1 this year, she brought in a rock that she found that had a nice positive message on it, and then she hid it somewhere else. And there were a couple of our friends who did that last year. They made smile stones, that sort of thing. And I noticed somebody in my neighborhood made a whole bunch of those. So I thought, instead, today, I think we should do one of those. Because I thought it was really cool. And you know what? It did put a smile on my face. I thought it was really neat. So, what you're going to need to do this is you're going to need to get a rock and you need to get some paint. Okay? If you don't have paint, well, the dollar store has paint. I actually got these paints from the dollar store. Okay? They cost $1. Okay? So they're not expensive, and it's nice to have some paints at home. Okay? And these paint brushes, also from the dollar store. So I got them from the dollar store, this from the dollar store, cost me a couple dollars. Okay? So you can get them. If you don't have them, that's okay. You could maybe use markers. You could try permanent markers and that sort of thing. But I think paint's probably going to work a little bit better if you can get some. All right, so that's what we're going to do. I found myself a nice big rock outside. This actually has some nice coloring on it. I kind of like that. So I found this one outside. Now you can use big rocks or small rocks, but I saw outside that there were a bunch of bigger rocks about this size here, about the size of my fist, and those had all the nice messages on it. So that's what I'm going to paint today, okay? And I've got a bunch of paint brushes and stuff here. But I need some help. What do you think my message should be? That's the real question. What do you think I should put on my rock here? Let's think of some stuff. Well, we did see rocks that said smile. That's one of my favorites. Or stay strong. Or we're in this together. Or what else could we do? Enjoy the sunshine, maybe. Or something about your dog is cute. Maybe. Because people who are walking their dogs just like I did might see it. What else could we do? I hope you have a nice summer. You could just draw some or paint some mountains and sunshine on it. I saw one that had some mountains on it that was neat. I didn't take a picture of that one. So you could do kind of whatever you want. Some nice positive messages for people. And those positive messages for people, those kind of go back to our zones of regulation. So if someone was feeling blue, they were feeling sad, they were feeling depressed, and they were out for a walk, and they saw a rock that said, smile, we're all in this together, maybe that might help them get back to green. Maybe it might give them a smile, make them feel a little bit better. It might not, but it certainly gave me a smile when I saw one that said, smile on it. I thought it was really neat. And around my neighborhood, I've seen some kids that have also taken sidewalk chalk outside, and they've drawn on their driveways or their sidewalks nice positive messages too, like thanks doctors for doing a great job and that sort of thing. I've seen kids that have put pictures up in their windows as well. Pictures thanking people for doing a great job, essential workers, saying stay home, that sort of stuff. So if you don't have a rock like this, you could do that. Oh, my phone's ringing, sorry. You could do that instead. You could get some sidewalk chalk and go outside. You could get a picture or a piece of paper and paint a picture, draw a picture for the window, something that'll help make people smile. So I'm gonna paint my rock. So I went through my stuff and found I have a whole bunch of paints, okay? I'm gonna shake up some of my paints. But I think I'm gonna start off with maybe a rainbow. I thought the rainbow was really neat, the one I saw. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna need some red, some yellow, definitely some blue, oh, this is called pure pumpkin. That's definitely orange. I don't need black or white. Well, I've got kind of a lavendery purple there. And I've got kind of a silver. So we're gonna use these ones. I don't have a green, but could I make green? Ooh, Denny knows. I saw his experiment. What colors do I mix to make green? Right, blue and yellow. So I'll make some green too. I'm gonna come around this side so you can see my painting, okay? So I'm just gonna keep my rock here. I'm still here, but I'm gonna keep it here so you guys can see, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see my painting. Woo. Oh, this camera doesn't want to move. There we go. So we can see the rock. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with, what do you think I should start off with? I'm gonna start off with purple on the bottom. And I just got some newspaper on here so I don't get any paint on my nice counter. So I'm just gonna squirt a little bit of, woo! I think that needs more shaking. Always gotta shake up your paints. Let's see, is that gonna be okay? Yeah, there we go. That'll be all right. I haven't used these paints for a while. I used some other paints. There we go, that's way better. Look at that versus that. Make sure you shake your paints. So I'm gonna start out with purple. I'm gonna just take one of these paint brushes that I got from the dollar store, and I'm gonna paint myself a rainbow on my rock. There we go. That's a good start. Now, if I want to paint with a different color, I could use a different brush. I could rinse off this brush, or I could just try and get the paint off and just use a different color. That's all right. So I'm gonna do blue next. Shake, 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 shake. Let's see if that's good enough shaking. There we go, got some blue. So my next thing is going to be some blue. Now you can wait for these to dry if you want, or you can just paint over top of them like I'm doing. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect art. You're just trying to make somebody's day. Just trying to make them smile. All right, so I've got purple, blue, I need green next, which means I need my blue, but I also need my yellow. And I'm gonna have to mix some of them together. So let's see if this works. So I've got some yellow over here. So I'm gonna take some blue, take some yellow, I'll try and mix them together and see if I can get myself a nice green. Mix in, mix in. I'm starting to get kind of greeny there. Let's get a little bit more blue in there. A little bit more blue. And that's how you can mix up paints. Maybe a little bit more yellow. You know, it's not a very good green. I'm not using the best yellow paint here for the green, but that's okay. It's still kind of greeny. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'll use my green. Get a nice green over here. Hey friends, my camera died again. Here I'm back. I think when I left you, I was doing the green one. Then I decided I felt like doing the red one next, just because I felt like it, and then orange, and then yellow. Sorry it happened again, but hey, that's working from home, right? So I've made myself a nice little rainbow here. So I can add something else to it, though. I think I can add something else. most of the rocks that I saw were almost completely covered in paint, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm going to put myself down here a smiley face because I think that's cool. I'm going to put myself a smiley face right down there, and I'm going to use black this time so it's easy to see. And now that this paint has dried a little bit, because I had to fix the camera, I could paint over it even a little bit if I wanted to. I'm going to get myself a nice smile. There we go. And I'm going to do two eyes like this. There we go. That's a good smiley face. So I'm going to put that on the front, and then on the back, what should I do? Let's flip around my rock. Well, I think I'm going to do the back, all one color. And then I'm going to write something on it, I think. What should I do? Yeah, I think I'm going to do blue on the back. Blue is actually my favorite color, believe it or not. So I'm going to paint the back of it blue, and then I'm going to write something with my paintbrush. So I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to cover up all this white on the rock with my blue. I'm going to use some more paint. And if you're going to get a newspaper or something, make sure it's a newspaper your parents have already read and they don't actually want it for anything. This is an old newspaper, so I don't need it anymore. It was just going to go in the recycle bin, so it was a good thing to get out to use for painting. So I'm just going to cover this all up the back of it, and I'm going to write something on the back of it. What do you think I should write that goes along with a happy face on the front? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to write smile. Because I like the one that said smile, and it made me smile. So I am going to do that on this one. There we go. I got most of it painted blue. So on the back I've got it painted blue. On the front I've got a nice rainbow and a smiley face. So it'd be tough for me to paint on this right now and get a good smile on here just because it's still wet. So I'm going to have to wait till it dries, and then I'm going to write smile on here with probably some, I'll try some white paint, I think. Some white paint so it shows up really nicely. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till that dries, and I'm going to put some white paint on it and write smile on it. And then, the most fun part of it all, I am going to have to find a spot to hide it. I'm going to have to go outside, I'm going to go for a walkies with my dogs, and I'm going to find a good spot that I think I could hide this so people will see it when they're walking by and have a nice smile. Alright, so that's what I'd like you to try to do today, if you can. Remember, if you don't have paint at home, that's okay. You can do sidewalk chalk drawings outside. You could draw a picture and put it in your window. But I thought painting a rock was a fun thing to do. So I would want you to try and do that. Try and cheer somebody up today. Try and give somebody, a stranger, somebody you don't know, a reason to go from blue or yellow or red all the way back to green with something simple. Something just to make people smile and feel a little bit better. Okay? So I'll post a picture of this when it is all dried and all done in the discussions forum. If you do one, that'd be great to see it. I'd love to see your rocks or your sidewalk chalk drawings or whatever you do. I'd love to see it. So you guys have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully it continues to be beautiful and you can spend a whole lot of time outside, maybe finding some cool rocks. Until Monday, bye-bye.